Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cashback. Hey guys, welcome to episode 23 and the final episode of Season 2 here at Bayer Leverkusen. In the last episode, to avoid spoilers, we were taking part in the Deutsche Pokal final. Watch that video first before you watch this to obviously avoid spoilers. And I'd say watch the episode before that to avoid league spoilers, but it's kind of on your screen, so whoops. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too, rah 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 rah. This is the season roundup where of course we'll have a look at how we did in all the competitions we were involved in this season. We'll have a final squad report to see how the squad grew and have a think about what we're thinking of doing in Season 3 transfer-wise as we prioritise the Bundesliga and the Champions League next year. We'll also have a look at some of the other leagues around Europe to see who we might be playing in the Champions League next year. But obviously, Bayern Munich won the league by 3 points ahead of us. Again this year, we lost the league by finishing second and were 5 points behind in season number 1. Decent season for us domestically. I'm really pleased with it. It just wasn't quite enough with regards to the league title. Literally just the 1 game in it, plus a few goals. Ingolstadt, Darmstadt and Augsburg relegated. Well, actually, Ingolstadt and Darmstadt relegated. I'm not sure what happened in the relegation match. Augsburg stay up by winning 3-2 against Hamburg in the relegation match. So as it happens, it's only Darmstadt and Ingolstadt that have gone down. So just 2 teams coming up from the Zweite Bundesliga. We won 2-0 against Hannover 96 in the Deutsche Pokal yesterday. So our first piece of silverware was assured. Pre-season we will poop. European Super Cup, Man United beat AC Milan to take home the European Super Cup. They won the Champions League last year. They lost the Champions League this year. All 4 sides in the semi-finals were from England. Not very often you see that at all. Slightly disappointed that Spurs beat Chelsea by 4-0 over the course of 2 legs. Spurs, however, did go on to win the Champions League by 3-2 against Manchester United, so fair play to them. United beating out City by 3-1. We, of course, lost to Manchester United in the quarterfinals by 3-2. It was Spurs that ran home winners, and Real Madrid won the Europa League. Of course, they were in our group in the Champions League and ended up finishing 3rd behind ourselves. And who was the other team that went through from our group? It was AZ Alkmaar, who then obviously got thumped 4-1 by Chelsea. But I expected Real Madrid to win the Champions League once they got to win the Europa League once they got knocked out of the Champions League, and they did go ahead and do that, winning 2-0 against it's a Turkish team whose name escapes me. Then they beat Ajax by 5-2, Liverpool by 2-1, and Monaco by 3-0. No games played so far in the Copa America, so I can't really report on that. But with regards to player stats, no one really seems to score many goals in the Bundesliga on FIFA. Robert Lewandowski, I checked actually before I started recording. Robert Lewandowski played 19 games in the Bundesliga of the 34 and scored 6 goals. In real life, he scores like 30 to 35. But 15 goals only was all that was needed for the Golden Boot. My very own Timo Werner finishing joint 2nd with player of Leipzig, who very nearly got relegated. Julian Brandt had 11. Corentin Tolisso had 10. Although some of them were for Bayern Munich at the beginning of the season. But he scored a number for me. No other Leverkusen players there. With regards to assists though, Werner, Brandt and Bailey lock out the top 3. We also have Torgan Hazard there as well in 12th, level with a number of other players on 6 assists. And that's it. Clean sheet wise, Kodetsky gets the Golden Glove. Congratulations, Lucas. Probably not going to be with me next season, but he wins the Golden Glove. Maybe that'll bump his price and I can get a better fee for him. We'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking of replacing my number 1 goalkeeper for next season. We'll have a quick look and see what happened in the other big leagues around Europe so we know who we might be facing in the latter stages of the Champions League next year. Chelsea won the Premier League by 4 points. Manchester City in 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 4th, shock. Man United 5th, Spurs all the way down in 7th. Getting relegated were Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Going up, Stoke with 103 points. Huddersfield on 90 points, and then one of Derby, Villa, Cardiff and Fulham. Relegated were Bradford, Wigan, Portsmouth. Going up, Middlesbrough, Blackburn. Middlesbrough with 110 points. Blackburn, and then one of Barnsley, Scunthorpe, Charlton and Oxford. Relegated Fleetwood, Wimbledon, Shrewsbury and Rochdale. And Cambridge missed out on the playoffs on goal difference. 3 sides all there on 70 points. Coventry, Colchester and Bury get automatic promotion from League 2, with Northampton, Carlisle United, Gillingham and Chesterfield all finishing in the playoffs. Paris Saint-Germain win, well, by 15 points in Liga. That was a massive gap. Bordeaux finishing 3rd. Not very often you see Bordeaux near the top of the table these days. Lyon in 4th. Bayern win, of course, in Germany. Coming up will be Frankfurt and Union Berlin. Of course, Hamburg losing the relegation match against Augsburg, so will stay in the Zweite Bundesliga. Würzburg and Magdeburg coming up from the Drei Bundesliga. Roma win in Serie A. Now, Serie A is done on head-to-head, but they were ahead on goal difference regardless, Roma. So they must have beaten Milan in at least one of their games and drawn in the other to win the league. Juventus finished only 3rd, although 2 points behind. Inter 4th, although again on goal difference / probably head-to-head. I'm pretty sure it's head-to-head in Italy as it is in Spain, and Germany's goal difference as it is in England. Napoli only 5th, Lazio in 6th. Let's have a quick look, see what happened in Spain. Ajax win in the Netherlands. Benfica in Portugal. Scotland was Rangers, just 3 points ahead of Celtic. And Real Madrid win La Liga by 2 points ahead of Barcelona. Atleti only down in 5th on 67 points, having lost 9 games. That's very un-Atletico Madrid-ish, or very un-Atletico Madrid-like. With regards to board expectations this year, we've got one. Actually, I wasn't expecting to do the short-term one, but we were able to complete it. And the long-term one was over the first 2 seasons, which we've now completed, but we're unable to tick that box. But, meh, not that fussed. We were able to get 12 of the 17 home games, at least over 90% attendance. Financially, no objectives. Domestic success, reached the quarter-final of the Pokal. We won it. Win the Bundesliga, 2nd. And reached the final of the Champions League, quarter-finals. Could do better with regards to the 2 competitions we underperformed in this year. But squad report, who did what? I am most certainly thinking of selling Koretsky next season. He's valued at £15.5 million, which isn't much. But I would like to replace him with a not necessarily big name, but higher rated goalkeeper. More reliable goalkeeper. Niklas Lerm is leaving me, I believe, this season, at the end of the season. Tobias Weber is up 23 to 80 rated now. 5-star weak foot, which is odd for a goalkeeper, but obviously been training him quite heavily. He's almost as good as Koretsky now. His positioning 79, only 2 behind Koretsky's. His diving is actually 2 better than Koretsky's. His handling's also better, but his reflexes aren't as good. His kicking's also a lot better too. So why he's only 80 rated, whereas Koretsky's 83, not entirely too sure. Oriana up 2. I haven't trained him this year. And technically he's growing very well, but physically, no, not really. Richard Weiser up 2 to 82, growing across the board. Very pleased with his growth. Similarly, Hakimi played some more games with me this year, and crucially, his physical stats are starting to grow as well. Also, Benjamin Henrich's physical stats are starting to grow also. 81 rated overall now. Very, very reliable player at wing-back. Tini Edvite, decent for me, up 1 to 79. Jonathan Tart up 1 to 84. Absolute monster at centre-back with 95 strength. Retsos up 3 to 78. Pleased with his growth, I have to say. Very pleased. Dragovic, no change at 79 rated. Would consider selling him, but it depends on how much money I can get for him, which wouldn't be much. And I probably couldn't replace him with anyone much better for that money. So, probably better off just keeping Dragovic. Wendell up 2 to 81. Rock solid left back. Plattenhart, I was pleased with him. Growing quite a bit, actually, technically. And got 1 goal in the Bundesliga, and I don't believe that was for me. That must have been for his previous team. But it was good. It was all right. Lars Bender, back from injury now, but no decline, and I'm probably going to sell him, to be honest, next year, purely because of his age, which is a very FIFA thing to do, but we are playing FIFA, so that's what I'll do. Dan Donker, up 2 to 82 this year. Brilliant at centre-back. We'll probably utilise him at CDM next year as Bender's replacement, and then maybe spend the Bender money on a world-class centre-back, if I've got enough, that is. Kai Havertz up 2 to 83 this season. Grow physically, mate. Please, I beg of you. Technicals look great, but please, for the love of God, get a little bit quicker, will you? Antonio Ferrari up 5 this year, growing nicely. As a youngster, I'll try and sell him out on loan if I can next season. Golovin up 2 to 81. Took him a while, but he did eventually get going and hold down that first team spot ahead of Aaron Geese, who I will probably sell next year. He's valued at £12 million. Corin Tantalisso, wonderful player. Very, very, very pleased with that purchase, to be completely honest. He scored some superb goals for us, including a header off the other side of the bar to get us going in yesterday's Deutsche Pokal final. Aaron Geese, pardon me. Aaron Geese, no growth. Timo Bauer up 9 to 66. Although that is with the help of some training. Lovato up 5 to 65. Again, with the help of some training. Schulte up 6 to 55. Again, with the help of some training. Akainak up 3 to 68. I'll probably try and sell him next season, actually. He's on the loan list, but it might even be worse selling him, to be completely honest, for 1.3 million. Might as well just leave him in the squad and send him out on loan. And if he doesn't go, keep him as a backup. Leon Bailey up 2 to 85. We all know how good Leon Bailey is. 8 goals, 12 assists in all comps this season. Julian Brandt up 2 to 84. He got 18 goals and 14 assists. Had a very good year for me, Julian Brandt. Torgan Hazard up 2 as well to 86. My front three, spectacularly good. 8 goals, 10 assists for Torgan Hazard this year. Shrek, meh. Timo Werner up 1 to 85, just the one for him. Stat-wise, 17 goals, 14 assists in 29 games. Very impressive. Lucas Alario, 13 goals, 7 assists in 25 games. Also, pretty damn impressive, to be fair. Not growing that well, but up 1. Lucas. Alexander Isak, up 3 to 76 with the help of some training. 5 goals, 2 assists. He's underperformed, but for the price, there's no point getting rid of him, so he'll probably stay. Eugenio Beira is at 1 to 56, just a youngster I called up recently. And Xavier Cartier had a little bit of first team football this year. I have been training him, as you can see. I don't know what, for some reason, whenever I do these season roundups, I yawn like mad. I did it last season as well. 29 short passing is his increase there. 25 vision. Yeah. Definitely trained him a little bit, didn't I? I'm not sure what to do with certain positions next year. Henriks and Wendell aren't necessarily high rated, but they're effective. Golovin isn't exactly high rated, but he's a good performer. But I could move Dendonka up to centre mid, and then with the sale of Lars Bender, buy a brand new high rated centre back. I want to sell Kredetsky and get a higher rated goalkeeper. And outside of that, or I could leave Dendonka where he is and get another high rated centre mid. So it's either centre mid and goalkeeper or centre back and goalkeeper next season. But it does depend what my budget is. But the aim next year is the double. Bundesliga, Champions League. Don't care about the Deutsche Pokal anymore because I've already won that. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. The Fulham series is going on from strength to strength. I'm not too sure what's going to be happening over the channel over the next few days, as I'm away from Monday to Friday next week. I'm not sure, obviously I can't really go through a transfer window where I rely on your feedback if I'm not at home to respond to it and then record the videos to act upon it. So, not sure what's going to happen with Season 3 of Leverkusen, but if it is going to start, it will be in probably about a week's time. I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, but you will find out on social media probably, or I'll do like a little update video, but time will tell. Fulham, though, will be unaffected, and as of tomorrow, Fulham will become daily as well, and this series will drop to the 4 times a week, or this series or whatever will replace it will drop to the 4 times a week slot, and Fulham will go daily, because hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But anyway, enough waffling. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.